What's the one game in history you wish you could have seen live?
The one game in history, 1966 World Cup final, Jeff Hurst hat trick. I was in Wembley. Imagine being there, seeing the only World Cup that England have won. I have experienced much heartbreak supporting England. I was there to see England get knocked out in 2006. I was there to see England in 2020 get to the final at Wembley and lose in the Euros. I was there to see 2018 England semi-final, Trippier opener to go on to lose against Croatia. I was actually in the stadium to watch us lose to Spain just last summer. I have seen England almost get there and not get over the line. So I would love to have seen 1966 England versus Germany, Jeff Hurst hat trick. You know what I mean?
I got two. One of them is a sentimental reason. The other one is just like, as a football fan, I feel it's one of those moments you had to be there. The first one is 1999, Manchester United. I think every Man United fan that hasn't seen that live would say that. Of course, it's one of the best moments in our club's history, arguably the biggest moment in our club's history, but the drama as well too. Like, can you imagine the pandemonium when Solskjaer scored? Like, the rush of adrenaline you would have gotten. Bro, that's when life peaked. I'm sure everybody who saw that live, that's the greatest moment of their life. Forget about like the treble, all that. Just think about sitting there, you seen your team lose the whole game.
I would have probably fainted. Like, that's too much, bro.
And outside of that as well too, I think the game I would have loved to see live in person is 1986, Maradona.
I was gonna say the same.
Bro, if I was in the stadium watching Diego Maradona do that, I would have said that's witchcraft. Imagine seeing that in the flesh, bro. These guys probably thought they were seeing like a fiend. Now I know, my dad, I'm sure anybody who has a dad in that age range of like what, 50 to like 70, 80 years old that was watching that game. The reason they talk about Maradona the way he is. Yeah, I probably would talk about him that way too if I was watching him week in, week out. If I saw that in the flesh, there ain't nothing you can tell me about someone who's better than that guy, bro.
To be fair, just as a spectacle as well, like, even though I would have been hate watching that Milan, Liverpool, Istanbul, I mean, I wouldn't have left the stadium happy, but imagine being there. Like, even though I would have been, the hate watch would have been like the all-time hate watch fail, but nah, that would have been an incredible game to be a part of. What else is there?
Iconic games. Yeah, the 2022 World Cup final. That's arguably the best game of all time.
Yeah, that was a life-peaking moment what Mbappe done. We went into that final. Everybody was talking about Messi versus Mbappe, and it had such a good story because it's like the end of the story for Messi and the beginning of a serious legacy for Mbappe. So it was such a different contrast of their careers. The story of it, Mbappe scoring, but that second goal, honestly, it felt like a world went quiet for a second. And not even about the goal, it's like the audacity for him to shoot on the volley was crazy, and it felt like such a moment where he was like, I don't care about what you guys want. Like, it was like everyone wanted Messi to win, and it was like, I'm not letting it happen. It was like the biggest FU to the world, man. Honestly, it was so good.